Hi, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel, and I feel like my TBRs just keep getting worse. I have 12 books on my plans for my June reading, and I want to put more on this list because there's a lot more that I do want to accomplish. And I feel like I say this every month. I'm really happy that a lot of these I can get on audio either through Scribd or through my library. But I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I seem to only be able to read about 8 to 10 books a month. But that's just like at like my lax leisurely pace. That's not me like forcing not really forcing myself, but like I need to get back into the habit where I'm reading every day. May, I didn't read every day. In fact, I feel like I binged a couple like days and then took like a week off. And then binged a couple days and then took a week off. And if I actually read every day, I'm pretty sure I could read a whole lot more than just 12 books that I'm putting on my TBR, or more than the 8 to 10 books that I read per month. So, without further ado, let's go through this list. So first things first, I do want to continue on finishing books that I have already started, so I'll focus on those, but I'm not going to add them into this video right now because I've already talked about them, and let's be honest, I don't want to talk about it again. Like, I want to finish them, and then I want to talk about them. So that being said, so some Instagram friends of mine started a new book club, and it's called But Do They Bang, and they are having their first, I'm gonna call it season, and it's all about Tessa Dare, and that is called Read If You Dare. So it started a couple weeks ago, but I finally have the entire physical copy collection of Tessa Dare. I had about half of it, and when I went on a book buying spree because I had coupons and reward points through my credit card, where I literally got a whole bunch of books for super cheap because I had all these reward points. And why not use the reward points on new books that, you know, I clearly don't need? Anyways, so that being said, I want to catch up on the 2 books that I missed in the past couple weeks and then continue on with their Tessa Dare binge. So the books that I missed was Goddess of the Hunt by Tessa Dare and Surrender of a Siren by Tessa Dare. And actually, technically, I think I also missed A Lady of Persuasion by Tessa Dare, or This Starts This Week. I don't remember. But, so there's those 3. And then continuing on, it would be One Dance with a Duke, Twice Tempted by a Rogue, and 3 Nights with a Scoundrel. So I'd like to read these 6 books. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess right now. I'm putting them in order. Okay. So I'd like to read these 6 books and be completely caught up because catching up is just a pain in the butt. I'm still catching up on some of my seasonally booked up book club picks. I did finally finish the winter season. I have to finish spring season still, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So Tessa Dare first. Well, hopefully. And then I do need to get back into reading more Elizabeth Hoyt. I do want to finish this series before the end of this year, hopefully even sooner than that. Like I kind of want to binge it. And the next book that I need to read is Lord of Darkness by Elizabeth Hoyt. And seriously, I'm loving this series. I'm recommending it to everyone. And then I have seen so much about this, and I bought it on a whim when I had to purchase some new planner paper for an A5 binder that I wanted to try out. And I decided to add this onto my order because I really need to read it. And that is Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall. And I'm super excited for this. I love foodie romances. So she is a baker, I believe. Yeah. So it says, in the scrumptiously tender laugh out loud novel, single mother Rosaline Palmer is determined to bake it until she makes it to the top of Britain's favorite feel-good baking show. So it's like a romance, but with the Great British Bake Off, which I love. So I kind of really need to read this. And yeah, so that's on my list for this month. And then another binge that I want to do is my reread of A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I read this book last summer and I freaking loved it. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and it's probably my favorite Hades and Persephone retelling. And I'm excited to reread this. When I read it, I don't believe the audio was available, and now the audio is, so I have the audio for this entire series. Sneak peek. And I'm going to be rereading it via the audiobook, so I'm super excited for this. And since I'm going to be rereading that, I decided I want to read A Game of Fate by Scarlett St. Clair, which is, I believe, the first book retold in Hades' point of view. So I kind of want to read this right after rereading the first one, just to kind of see how it's different. But then after that, I want to read book 2, which is A Touch of Ruin. And can I just say how pretty these covers are? Like, they're gorgeous. I originally had them on ebook, but I really just needed the physical copies because I loved the first book so much, and 2, they're just gorgeous. So then the third book just came out last week, whenever May 25th was. So I grabbed it, and it is A Touch of Malice. So just look how pretty. They're so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, seriously, if you like Hades and Persephone retellings, I've only read book 1, but I've heard book 2 is great, and this one just came out, and I can't wait. I wanted to reread this last month and then read this one in anticipation of this one, but then since this was coming out so late in May, I just decided to push it to June. So I want to read these 12 books this month plus more, but this is all I'm highlighting for my TBR because I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I feel like I will binge through the Hades and Persephone books real fast. So I think I can do it. Can I do it? Fingers crossed. As always, let me know down below what you are reading this month. Let me know if you've read any of these books right here. And let me know of any books that you think that I should add to my never-ending TBR, and books that you'd like me to read and give you my thoughts on. Because I know there's a whole bunch of books that I've read that I want all my friends to read, and so that we can talk and discuss about it and everything. But yeah, so leave all those down below, and if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It does really help. And if you're not a subscriber and you would like to be subscribed to me, I would greatly appreciate that, and I would love you forever for it. But until next time, happy reading. Bye!